After coming up short in the 2022 NBA Finals, it was evident that the Boston Celtics needed just a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball, and the little bit more that they needed was a playmaker. Look at their roster going into the 2022 championship round. They had guys on the squad that could make plays, i.e. Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, who has gotten so much better offensively since he's come into the NBA with this ability to score the basketball, knock down the three-point shot, and create for his teammates. But out of these three guys who were the primary ball handlers for the Boston Celtics, they're not natural playmakers. They can go out and get you 6, 7, 8 assists, but it's not really a part of their game. We look at Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're wings who can score at a very high level and defend at a very high level. And the same thing with Marcus Smart. And I know this season his assist numbers are as high as ever, and he has a night where he go out get you 10, 12 assists. But when I look at him as a basketball player, I still believe that three-point shooting, scoring the basketball, and defense are the best parts of his game. He's not a natural playmaker. And we saw that in the 2022 NBA Finals. The Boston Celtics, they had a hard time getting into sets in the half court, and the offense would become stagnant at times. And when their offense became stagnant, they turned the ball over, and we all know turnovers lead to easy buckets, and it was just too difficult for the Boston Celtics to overcome. And Malcolm Brogdon was exactly what the Boston Celtics needed, and I still can't give them enough credit for how they acquired him. I think that was very magical of Brad Stevens in the front office. But we look at his skill set, and it's just perfect for any team that's trying to win an NBA championship. And what I love about Malcolm Brogdon is that he's so poised and he's so calm, and all the time it seems like he has his poker face on. He never looks rattled, and he always looks comfortable. But offensively, there's nothing he can do. He's a 3-level scorer. He shoots the 3 ball at a very high clip. He knocks down contested jumpers. He knocks down wide open jumpers. He knocks down his jumpers off the catch and off the dribble. Has a great handle on the basketball, so he can operate the pick and roll. He can get to the mid-range area, pull up, and also he's a great finisher around the rim. Not shy to contact, does a great job of absorbing contact, finishing, drawing fouls, can finish with both hands, and also he can play without the basketball in his hands. And I think that's something that's so important, because we look at the Boston Celtics, they have guys who love to have the basketball in their hands. They have Marcus Smart, who loves to try to score and try to initiate the offense sometimes. They have Jaylen Brown, who's averaging 27 points per game, and they have Jayson Tatum, who's averaging 30 plus points per game. So it's very important for Malcolm Brogdon to be able to share the court with these guys, and he's able to do that because he can set them up, and he can also serve as a catch and shoot shooter. So that's one of the main reasons I love Malcolm Brogdon for the Boston Celtics, because he's just one of those guys that fits in so well with this team. And Malcolm Brogdon, he just doesn't get it done offensively, but he gets it done on the defensive side of the ball as well. He's a two-way player in this league, and he has tremendous size for the point guard position. He's 6'5", and he has tremendous length on his arms, and he's a versatile defender. He can guard multiple positions. He doesn't mind switching in pick and roll situations, and the perfect example of this came in their most recent game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Down the stretch of the fourth quarter, and in overtime, he was tasked with guarding Anthony Davis. And even though AD is coming off a nasty foot injury, we all know he's still a monster on that low post. And what Malcolm Brogdon, what his job was to keep fronting Anthony Davis and not allow him to get position in the post. He did a great job. And also with this strategy, it allowed the Boston Celtics to do something very unique, because how often do we see a team put a point guard on Anthony Davis? And now since he can't get position in the post, now he's coming up to try to set a screen, and now the Boston Celtics, now they can run, switch everything, and Malcolm Brogdon, he's able to switch on the guy who has the ball in his hand. So just having him out on the court allows the Celtics to do things like that, and he's very, very valuable to this ball club. So Malcolm Brogdon, he's passing the eye test with flying colors, and he's also passing the numbers test. We look at him this season, he's a front runner for for Sixth Man of the Year. I believe it's a two-man race between him and Russell Westbrook. Both these guys are having tremendous years off the bench. But we look at Malcolm Brogdon numbers. He's averaging 15 points per game to go along with 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And I think what's so impressive about his numbers is his efficiency. He's shooting 47% from the field, 45% from the three-point line, and 87% from the free throw line. So he's very close to once again having another 50, 40, and 90 season. All he has to do is raise his field goal percentage to 50 and then raise his free throw percentage to 90. But nonetheless, if he doesn't get a 50, 40, 90, that's still extremely efficient. So the Boston Celtics, this is why I feel like they won the offseason, because acquiring Malcolm Brogdon, I feel like they have the perfect NBA team now. And I think the greatness of this team, I think it all starts with Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I think both of these guys are having very special MVP caliber seasons. And I don't think we've seen two guys like this with the ability to put up points since Shaq and Kobe. Like two guys on the same team. Like Jayson Tatum is putting up 31 plus points per game, and Jaylen Brown is putting up 27 plus points per game. And I just think that's pretty crazy to have two guys averaging 25 plus. That's pretty insane. And both of those guys, the way that they're able to score the basketball, attack the rim, knock down the three-point shot, get to the free throw line, is working wonders for the Boston Celtics and is making everyone else's job around them a lot easier. I also like the rim protector that they have in Robert Williams, and I think he's another underrated player because of his defense. It shadows everything else he does. Like, he's a great playmaker. If you watch the Boston Celtics play, Robert Williams makes some pretty impressive passes that you have to be a pretty solid passer to make those type of passes. And then offensively, he's a great lob threat and a great finisher around the rim. And usually guys that's athletic as him and can protect the rim like he does, they're not that good at knocking down free throws. But Robert Williams, he doesn't have really any problems at the free throw line. And also you have guys like Marcus Smart, coming off his first Defensive Player of the Year. I think it was the first time a guard has won it since Gary Payton, so that's some elite company to be in. But Marcus Smart talked about this earlier in the video, how each and every year he's just getting better offensively, whether it's scoring the basketball, knocking down three-point shots, or setting up his teammates. He just continuously evolves. And then you just have all these role players. You have Grant Williams, you have Sam Hauser, you have Luke Cornett, you have Blake Griffin, who steps up whenever you need him. Also, we have a potential Sixth Man of the Year, Malcolm Brogdon. All of these components, Al Horford, another solid role player. All of these components just scream championship. And so far, the Boston Celtics have been the best team in the NBA. They currently have the best record in all of the NBA, and they've been playing some pretty dominating basketball. So I believe the off-season addition of acquiring Malcolm Brogdon takes the Boston Celtics to a whole nother level, and it's scary because they were on a pretty high level last season. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.